So once everybody has killed this first wave of NPCs, make sure nobody steps on the generators quite yet. If you tap on the generator, which is kind of a circle around this, how far is this? So that's 21 feet. So it's probably about a 15-20 foot radius that you have to step in order to activate the generators. But once you kill those NPCs, you got two options here. You can wait for the big fat guy phase, or you can go straight for the generator. The last time I think we went straight for the generator, and it gets a little hectic at first, but you can recover from that. Might I suggest until you have a good group synergy that you wait for the fat guy phase, kill all the NPCs around here, and then you jump on the generator after you kill the first fat guy. What you're going to want to do when the fat guy spawns, you kill him as fast as possible, and then you immediately go to the generators. Now, let's talk about fat guy for a second here. If you have a headset, and you want to, even right here, I bet, you can hear exactly where the alarm's going off. Like, you can look over here, that's number 1. Number 1. Number 2. And then it goes number 3 on the back left. Oh, and they show them on the actual generator themselves too. So you can see 2, 2, 3 is over there, and then the back corner. And then you have my personal favorite, because it's kind of a pain in the butt. I think number 4 is the roughest. You have number 4 here. When you're running around here, or even in your spot, you can hear where the alarm's sounding off. The only problem is that once you hear the alarm, that means homie's already at the actual turret itself, and that's a problem. So really, you want to make sure that people are paying attention to whichever generator they have assigned to them, and that they're watching for the fat guy. I think fat guy comes, I have a feeling he comes out this door here. I think he does on number 4. He jumps down on number 1. Pretty sure he comes out over here on number 3. This is number 3 here. I think they all spawn in over here somewhere. Where is it? I know there's a door over here somewhere, right? Ooh. Maybe I don't know where he spawns from. Here. And then homie on this side jumps down from there as well. Alright. So now that you kind of understand where they're going and the alarm phase, what you're going to want to do is keep at least one person on every single generator. So you have one person like right near every single generator at all times. This is a good cover spot until you're actually stepping on the generator. But then what we also like to do, and we beat this pretty quick, and we got the little patchy thing, so I'm thinking we did a good enough job to where you have 2 roamers that are just making a clockwise approach to the whole entire map here, taking out elites and helping out their teammates. So you have 2 people just back and forth around this map here, helping each other out. Maybe somebody who has high DPS but doesn't like mechanical stuff. They just like to shoot. You gotta have somebody that just likes to shoot stuff all day long. But they can roam around the map, helping out where people need. There are warhounds that spawn here, spawns here, here, and then the 3 spots in the back as well. Just make sure you're calling out between, we got a warhound between 1 and 4, or 3 and 4. Just remember, it's in a clockwise circle. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4 in a clockwise motion. And we have a warhound between 1 and 2. And then call out for help too, because those guys running in a circle, I mean, they can get kind of distracted a little bit sometimes. So just say, hey, I need help at 2, You know, and you can see like the numbers are everywhere, so everybody should know where they're at. Okay, so generator time. When you just killed the fat guy, there. Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of messages here. When you just kill the fat guy, as soon as he's down, you need to make sure that everybody's right near the generator. Call it out, 3, 2, 1. Get on your generator, and there's going to be a number here. You can see my reticle. There's going to be a charging bar. It goes up to 100%, and it's going to stay there. You need to make sure that all 4 generators are basically on sync. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then you're going to designate one person. You can rotate it between 4 and 1, and then 2 and 3, to shoot this thing in the center with a crossbow bolt. I haven't tried a grenade or the grenade launcher, but I don't know. Better safe than sorry. Just use a crossbow bolt. It's super easy. So shoot that thing at first. It's going to be like a red grate. And then you're going to want to get somebody to throw a grenade inside there. You can see like it's angled in. It's going to land inside that guy. Just make sure that somebody is capable of throwing a grenade into that hole. And then it's going to go red. All the while, you need to make sure that somebody is sticking around on the generators, on each single generator, until it's actually this thing right here is folded in there at first. But this thing spawns up. These things deactivate kind of, I mean, they turn colors and they kind of go, what's the word for that? They just stop working. You don't need to worry about them. And then you're going to come over here at first. You can either do either side, but there's going to be little winglets that pop out of here. And you're just going to shoot the little winglets. My recommendation is you have a couple people shooting those little winglets on each side. It really doesn't matter if you knock them down both at once or whatever. I find it's easier just to kind of stay near your own little thing. Drop a heal, shoot the winglets, and here's what I want to make sure that people understand. As soon as that thing opens up, 30 million drones pop out and start shooting you. Now you can run the pulse drone. I told you I am actually on a skill build. You know, you can what am I doing? The jammer, you can do a cooldown reduction or a radius. I actually have a cooldown and a radius on there just to make sure that we're keeping that as large as possible, and I get it back as quick as possible because I'm also running on the ropes, so I don't want to get it back too far or too fast. But I can actually get it down to about 10 seconds here. You can see my cooldown's 10 seconds on that one. But I think it's a little too fast for on the ropes. So getting it back about 24 seconds, if you have somebody running a skill build, you can pop that guy out. And I really recommend that one person stay on the generator while the other person just kind of runs up here and pops their EMP pulse. Because those drones are a pain. People really need to focus on killing those drones down. What I do is I activate my patience. I throw down my heal because I do have a pretty good heal, and I can actually hit one of these winglets some of the time. I think maybe I have to. I think if I sit up here, I can actually hit one of those winglets, but I can also shoot the drones that are around here as well. You know, I don't have the highest DPS on my team, so I take care of a lot of the drones just to keep them off their backs so they can continuously DPS them. All the while I'm throwing heals like right here for the rest of the teammates there. So remember the winglets here. Remember the drones. Stay on the generator until this thing pops all the way up and it kind of deactivates in this area. You'll see it. It's a clear, distinct deactivation because the circle actually turns green when you've activated it fully, and then goes away when you don't need to worry about it. But once you kill those 2 little winglets, this guy it's down, but it'll be pretty much straight vertical. When you kill those 2 winglets, the vent out here, I think it's this 3rd vent down or so, opens up, and you'll have to just continually shoot that vent. You should be able to take it about halfway per run, and if you're not doing it about halfway per run, then you got to get some more damage on there. Damage to elites, weapon damage, whatever you need to run on there. You can try Merciless, you can do Nemesis on that. You know, if you are a demolitionist, you can throw your grenade launchers on there. You're going to have to do that at least, I'm guessing, 4 times. Maybe, well, you'll have to do it at least 4 times, but you know, most of these runs are going to do 8 to 10 rounds of exactly what I've been explaining there. So survivability is really important. Reviver Hive is probably a good skill to have on if you don't have high survivability or a good health. But just make sure you stay alive. That's probably the biggest thing that'll wipe you. As soon as you're done with this damage phase and it starts to retract, it starts throwing out bombs. And if you're quick enough, you can hide behind this truck and it won't get you. Or, you know, you can heal your teammates up, because if you're running Survivalist, it'll actually heal up your teammates a little bit quicker. The other spot, sorry, if you're doing damage on this guy, is right here. It doesn't seem to hit you, or it very rarely hits you right here. And then, as soon as that's done, you need to be back at your individualized generator to ensure that you're watching for a fatty. Because what happens is, Fat Boy stands right here and starts doing his praise the world sign, and you're dead once he hits those buttons. So just make sure you're always watching for when those guys come out, when they drop down, and then as soon as you're done with the damage phase on Razorback itself, you're going back to position and you're helping out with NPCs, you're healing up, you're making sure everybody resets. After you kill the fat guy, you have a choice. You can either continue to get on the generator, or take a second, skip around, and kind of regroup yourself, make sure everybody's full health, make sure all the NPCs are down, and you don't have to run every single round. You can skip a round of heavies, skip around to damage on Razorback there, and just ensure everybody has full health, has full ammo. There's ammo boxes in every single corner. There's one over there, one over there. Another pass, I think it's right below the semi, and then in the back as well. Don't be afraid to skip around. You know, reset yourself, kill all the NPCs, and get yourself situated. Try to use as few revives as you can at first, because the end gets a little rough. Once you kill a panel on each side here, I think it's 50% of his health is on this side, 50% of the health is on the other side. Once you kill a panel, 2 heavies spawn, and at that point, it gets a little bit tougher, and that's the end of the mission when, you know, everybody's already kind of frazzled. And that's why I say don't feel bad about skipping around if you need to, and if you are the only person who needs to skip around, just say, hey, let's skip around, because it's better to have all 8 people on this than 7. So don't be afraid. On the backside here, he'll pop up, you'll shoot 2 little batteries right here, and then you'll do damage phase up at the top there. And it's kind of the same way. You just come back here. I sit on this corner really and just shoot the batteries while keeping fully health and my patience up, and on the ropes activated. And yeah, once the damage phase is done, it'll retract and you'll come back here, try not to get smacked by stuff, and remember to get the drones. I hope this helped a little bit. I know that's a lot of information, but if you've already done this, and failed completely. Hopefully this gives you a little bit better idea of what to do here.